Well, good morning. Good morning, Jimbo behind the camera. And good morning, YouTube. Well, today's the day. The much anticipated wait is over. My boat's back in the water. Right there. And today's the first day we're gonna go to hauling her. I hope I've got everything ready. I'm sure there's a good chance I maybe didn't remember everything that we're gonna need today, but I think I did. And we're finally back in my own boat. Using my dad's boat is over with. Very grateful for that, but very happy to have my boat back. It's the middle of August and not exactly the weather day I was hoping for, but we'll take what we can get. And I just hope we have a good day and everything goes right. I'm not even really that worried about what we catch today. I'm just hoping we have a good day and get into this routine of hauling in the 51 boat. So bring it along and see how it goes. Been just about a month shy of 2 years since this boat's, even floated, but been out in the haul and had a buoy come over the side. We got her back together. We're out here today. She's nice and clean, but it's time to get her dirty. It's time to work in this thing, and we're gonna go haul the first buoy in this resurrected boat. So figured that was a big deal. Better get this one on camera. Get to work. So this big lobster shed in the trap, and let's see here. That would have been a nice counter, and he shed in the trap, and now he's 1/4 inch over the measure. So he's a big old jelly, oversized. I don't want to keep him on here too long. He's real soft, but he's filled himself up. He looks really good. If he had any shell disease before, he's shed it out. Like I said, when they have that shell disease, when they get a new shell, they're all clean and they're all good. So that's really cool. Really love to see him. He's an awful pretty lobster. Looks great. I'm gonna get him back in the water quick. today. We've just been trying to get through these traps, but we've got a really nice egg-bearing female lobster here. She is a good one. She's a 2-pounder. They have about 10,000 eggs per pound, so this one's got about 20,000 eggs on her. They're brown. You can see little black dots in them. That means that she's getting really close to letting these eggs go. So in another week or two, this lobster won't have any eggs on her. And what we do here in Maine is very important. We V-notch this tail. We put a V-notch in it, just like that, so that when these eggs are gone, she's marked, and we won't keep her. This lobster will be protected for the rest of her life. Now, she made it through quite a few years without getting notched, but now she's notched. That means she'll never be kept by anyone again, unless she somehow makes it to Canada, where I don't know what they do up there, but here in the state of Maine, we protect them. Very important to protect these egg-bearing females. That's why we're the most sustainable wild-caught fishery in the world. And we always love to give them the snack. V-notch and the snack. Bye-bye, girl. Caught another giant, huge, oversized lobster. He's way over the oversized measure, about a ½ inch over the oversized measure. This right here is 5 inches. If they're bigger than that, we throw them back. This one's way bigger than that. That's an 8-9 pound lobster right there. How big that thing is. We throw these old boys back so they can reproduce with the females. That right there is a male lobster. And those big females need a male lobster that's at least as big as they are to breed with. So that's why we protect these here in the state of Maine. That's one of the reasons why we're the #1 wild-caught fishery in the world. And we always give them a snack. Just wanted to show you guys what these traps are looking like today. We have caught a crazy amount of big lobsters today. I bet we've caught probably, what, 25, 30 oversized today?
At least.
We don't usually see that many. I mean, I'd say probably 10, 12 a day. But today we've just caught a crazy amount. This looks like another one. Oh my word, look how close that is. That one is that close to being a counter, but he's oversized. And we won't fail him. We'll give him his snack, send him back. Protecting those oversized, that's what it's all about. But we got another big one in here. And that one we can keep. He's about a ½ inch under. That's a good 2.5 pound select right there. Those are the ones we're after, the big money. Let's see, we got another good sized male. £1.25, £1.5 male. Another, oh, we got here. Got a female with a little bit of a indent in her tail right there. That's an old punch from probably 2 sheds ago that's coming out of the tail. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give her a new mark like that. doesn't have eggs, so she doesn't get a snack. That doesn't bother us at all to throw those back. We're used to throwing back about 90% of what we catch. There's another one right there. Another punch-tail lobster. It's kind of a weird looking one. Just gonna mark it again, throw it back. Protecting the industry. And another counter. So that was a pretty good trap, but we're getting a lot of big lobsters, a lot of hard lobsters, a lot of eggers, females, punch tails, just a lot of everything. So it's going pretty good today. I gotta show you guys this one. This is crazy. Two great big oversized lobsters in there. Look at that. That's a big old female. That's that's an 8-9 pound female right there. Bunch of eggs. Some of them are starting to drop already, I can tell. They're the brown ones with the dots in them. She's got some old ripples in her. Not really a good V-notch. Gonna give her a nice new one. But I didn't even know she'd have eggs, but look at this, in there with her. Another 8-pound lobster. She's about an inch over. Yeah, he's not as big as I thought. He's probably 6-7 pounds. Big old male, big old female. Actually, this would be a good chance to show you some of those features I've talked about. So, this is a male lobster. You can tell right here, he's got these hard flippers, and he is a lively one. Got these hard flippers right here, that's a male. But you can also see that he's got a slender tail and a big crusher claw. See how big that crusher claw is? That's a male. I can tell just by looking at the top of it. Now this one, female. She's got a big round shell on her and a big wide tail. That wide tail is for carrying these eggs. And she's also got a skinny crusher claw. That's how you can tell from above without even checking. And of course, these are the female flippers here. These soft flippers here are female flippers. But you can tell just by looking at these lobsters which one's the male and which one's the female. Skinny tail, big crusher claw. Wide tail, and a skinny crusher claw. But she's got a nice new punch in her. We're gonna give him a snack. Boy, we've been feeding these things a lot of fish today. We've got easily over what, 35 now probably? 35, 40 oversized. Bye-bye to him. And this one, who's carrying the future of the industry with her, right there. And they are doing what we need them to do. Reproducing. And those two lobsters right there that we throw back, that's an example of why we're the most sustainable wild-caught fishery on the planet. Right there. All right, Jimbo, we've been catching big lobsters all day, and I think we might have just got a triple.
We did, I think. This one's gonna be hard.
Show how big they are.
Yeah. Just perfect. Just down over.
They're like 3-pounders, aren't they? Two, at least, yeah, 3-4-pounders. Oh man,
Look at that.
We've-
Money track.
that's awesome.
3 old beauties.
Wow. We've got so many big lobsters today. We've got a lot that are good, 2, 3, 4-pound keepers. Oversized, tons of oversized. I don't remember ever seeing this many oversized. I mean, we've probably thrown over 50 at this point. That right there is one of the biggest oversized lobsters I've seen in a trap. I'm not kidding you. That is, oh my word. That is a giant male lobster. That's a 100-year-old lobster right there. That is a giant. Look at the size of that thing, Jimbo.
Oh, it's huge.
That's a 12-pound lobster right there. 12. At least 12. At least a 12-pound lobster. Look at the length of that thing. That thing is, whoa, it's just almost as long as my arm with his claws stretched out. He would be. That is a giant lobster right there. Pretty cool. We're going to feed him a snack and throw him back. Give him a snack. Send him on his way. There is no way. I just threw back one of the biggest lobsters I've ever caught. It's at least a 12-pound lobster, 100-year-old lobster. You aren't going to believe this. Look at that. We just caught another one. And this one's bigger.
Very next track.
This one's bigger. Oh my word, dude.
Look at the claws on that thing.
Ah! Dude, that is enormous. That's a 14-pound lobster. That's probably the biggest lobster I've ever caught in a trap. It was in the next trap.
The very next track.
Dude, I cannot believe that lobster. Man, I am way too excited, but I've seen so many of these. We've thrown over at least 50 oversized today, but I just caught one of the biggest lobsters I've ever caught. We just threw it over and hauled up the next trap, and this lobster is in the next trap. That's crazy. Look at this thing. It's as big as a baby. That is something else. Wow. Wow. Well, I gotta take a couple photos of this one, so let's get some pictures of this one. I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing something right because we've thrown over 50 oversized lobsters today. We give him a snack, send him back.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. This is the second to last trap. We haul it up. Last trap's right there. Jimbo gets ready to yank out this oversized. We've caught, I don't know how many have we caught today, 60, 70 oversized lobsters. I said leave it there, we'll get one last video, second last trap. This is at least as big, oh my word. So that's at least as big as the second to last one. That's a 12-pound lobster right there, 100-year-old lobster. Just gonna leave him right there for a minute. We're getting ready to show you guys that one. Last trap right here. Oh, dude.
Told you he was huge.
That's the biggest lobster I've ever caught. That is the biggest lobster I have ever caught in a trap. Look at that. That's a good 2.5, 3 pound select right there. One of them, no bunch on it. Put a bunch on her. And me a snap.
She wants your finger for a snake.
She wants my finger and I want to get to that lobster. Bro,
He's huge.
look at that. That is the biggest lobster I've ever caught. Oh my God, dude, what is it weigh? Absolute giant. 18 pounds? 17, 18 pounds? Oh my word, dude.
You gotta be pushing
Look at that thing.
20 pounds. That's a big lobster. Look how big his back is.
Holy mackerel. All right, we got to take some pictures.
Comparison to that one.
Yeah,
That's a giant. That thing's huge.
that's a
That's
12
big
pound lobster.
oversized. And then you got that lobster.
Oh my word, I can't even hold it, dude. Take a picture of that, bud.
Right, that's a normal oversized.
Biggest lobster I've ever caught in my life in a lobster trap right there. 17, 18 pound lobster. He's at least 100 years old. This thing is a dinosaur. I mean, it's as big as a child. Look at that. And we're gonna throw him back. That is so cool. I mean, I just can't believe that. I can't believe how big that lobster is. I hope the videos and the pictures do it justice. Because I'm speechless. It's an absolute giant. And look at this thing. This guy's a 12 pounder. He looks like a baby compared to that one. Last 2 traps of the day. We've been catching these things all day. Holler at me when you see one. Jimbo, what was that you was gonna say when you?
Oh, how I always catch the big ones. Yeah, right there. You wish you catch them like I do.
You see them big ones right there?
Those all come out of my traps.
Them are the ones I caught. Wow. Water on the lobsters. You did a good job cleaning, Jimbo. Oh, you missed a spot. That's in my area. I'll take credit for that one. She looks pretty good. That's the cleanest I've ever seen one after I was done hauling. Well, that was our first day on the 51 boat. First day she's been to haul in almost 2 years. So it was pretty exciting, but the excitement wore off quick, and it was, you know, just another day at hauling traps like we've been doing. But obviously in the 51 boat this time, which was great. Everything worked properly, didn't have any malfunctions, didn't have any problems. Everything went good. We caught a few lobsters, a ton of hard shells, more hard shells and hard shell selects than I've ever caught. This time of year, I don't know what was up with that, but that was cool. More oversized lobsters than I've ever seen in my life. And the price of the hard shells is up, so I guess it was good that we did pretty good on those. Caught a few shutters. Not a super great haul for August, but I'm happy with it. We're hauling again, and we'll be getting into the routine of things. And I just like looking at her. I just like admiring the boat. I just like admiring the boat.
You all cleaned out.
She's clean for a while. I would imagine the more we work, the less clean she'll be. I mean, look at that lobster box right now. How white that thing is.
She won't stay clean forever. That's nice for a little while.
Yeah, it's nice to, when you have something nice, to try to keep it nice. And that's probably the nicest thing I've ever had right there. So, it was a great day. Good to be on the water. And caught a lot of cool stuff today. That was pretty crazy. The biggest lobster I've ever caught in a trap in my life. And just more oversized lobsters than I've ever seen. But it was a great day. The most important thing was that we were in the boat. Boat worked good, no problems. And now I'm back in business. Just time to grind it out now. So, catch you on the next one.